for the undisputed, I don't know why they call this the world title undisputed when there's two world titles that are supposed to be on the same level, but nonetheless, for the undisputed WWE Championship, a ladder match of Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. It was great to see that they had the Winged Eagle title there in person and the current modern day WWE Championship. Whoa boy, this match was brutal. Audience was definitely on their feet, but this match had a lot more ohs and yeah, like a lot of people like screeching like, oh, these men killed each other with some bums. This was not a flashy ladder match. If you were coming to see a ladder match where they were going to do all these crazy stunts off the top of the rope, as I mentioned earlier with like the Dudley Boys, the Hardys, Edge and Christian, that wasn't about this. This is about brutality, and they used their ladder match just to hurt each other. The ladders. They brought out the small ladders that like I think Hornswoggle was using back in the what was that, the WLC match back in the day. You all remember that one? They were taking some bad punishment. I mean, getting body slam on the edge of the ladder, the very tip back of the ladder, just man brutalizing each other. There was one part and man, it's crazy in being there in person seeing the body, the actual human body bounce off the unforgiving steel of the ladders. Man, it is crazy to see. You just need good old Jim Ross on commentary talking about, oh, those guys know how to fall, right? They know how to fall. That's a ladder. You know, you gotta love Jim Ross on commentary when he does that. That being said, man, just a brutal ladder match. We got blood from Kevin Owens. At the end, Cody was just bamming his head onto the announce table, man, just going crazy. And then there's a part in the end where Kevin Owens tries to do the package pile driver from the announce table onto the ladder, and granted it was gimmick because you can see when the ladder breaks in half they have that red stuff in there and everything, but man, that's still like it hurts because it does obviously because before Kevin Owens goes through there, Cody Rhodes, he reverses it into his mentor. Of course, you all remember when Cody Rhodes first came in there. For those who've been watching since the 2000s, you'll know that Cody Rhodes was obviously the student of Hardcore Holly. That's how they had it exactly in the story before he ended up joining Legacy. And so he does the Alabama Slammer right onto the ladder in between the two, and Kevin Owens just goes right there. But like I said, gimmick, even though it was a gimmick one, it looked brutal because Kevin Owens' head just gets folded up right in the middle of there, and it's like his legs are all and his feet are all the way back here while his head's all under here forward. Like, it looked nasty, and he sold it like death. I'm like, that's it, Kevin Owens is gone. I thought Cody Rhodes, the way he sold getting slammed the ladder and the way he was just laying there lifeless, I'm like, he's dead. I'm like, that's it. And I'm like, put him in the coffin, it's done, you know, just just figuratively speaking and everything, just in terms of just an excellent job of how these guys sold this match. And honestly, I don't think they had to do much to sell it because that match hurt. It looked like it hurt in person. Like I said, being there in the audience, it felt like it was a lot more ooh than yeah. And so after that, this is when Cody Rhodes goes in the ring, climbs up the ladder, and grabs both championships. Took him a while, so I'm not sure how they had it set up there, but it took him a while. But he got both titles and raised it up. And the audience went wild. Cody was over. Kevin Owens, no matter how much he does as a heel, he still always gets cheered when he comes out. I just think fans, and myself included, respect him as a performer so much. What I really liked about this ladder match is it felt realistic in the sense of two guys that really wanted to hurt each other. You think about it. If it's a real ladder match and you're trying to beat the guy up, both of you hate each other, you're not gonna take those ladders and climb up and try to do all these fancy moves. You're gonna take that ladder and you're gonna bam it into them. You're gonna slam them into the ladder. You're gonna want to hurt your opponent with that ladder. And that's what these guys did. I don't remember them doing a lot of high spots or anything. It was just, hey, we're gonna take these ladders and boom, hit you with that. Boom, hitting you with the ladder, throwing you onto the other ladder. Well, I'm gonna reverse this, and then, you know, like he does like where Cody went for the suplex earlier in the match, and Kevin Owens twists it into does that twisting reverse superplex, and then man, Cody Rhodes, I say Randy Orton because I thought he was going to be in this match, but Cody Rhodes just lands right on that ladder, and bam, man, that was huge. And this is where we go into things where it's like, man, it was so brutal. They took Kevin Owens out, and Sami Zayn did get involved in this match, in terms of like basically telling Kevin Owens, get up, but he was being very neutral. He was definitely being non-biased with that, and you see this even cool shot where Cody Rhodes gets on that table and he's just yelling and just bam, bam, just letting Kevin Owens verbally have it, like, I told you this is what's gonna happen to you. This is what's gonna happen to you. And this is how you definitely book a defiant babyface that doesn't take crap from anybody. And it was a fitting way to tell that story after everything Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes have been through over the last several months. So I thought it was fun live. It reminded me in the sense of Triple H versus The Rock at SummerSlam 1998. It wasn't a lot of high spots in that match, but it was brutal. They used the ladder to beat the holy crap out of each other, and that's exactly what they did here, and the story was good. Fans were really into it. I do question if some of these bumps were necessary, because, I mean, their backs take so much punishment landing on flat surfaces, so landing on uneven steel surfaces, sounds like, doesn't seem like the type of risk that I think is worth taking, honestly, but kudos to these guys. They put on a fantastic, brutal ladder match by today's WWE standards. They gave us blood, which I think, if used correctly, helps tell the story. And this was one of those stories that kind of did merit having blood. So in the end, Cody Rhodes ends up beating Kevin Owens to a bloody pulp, and that's what's it. And there you go. So yeah, you get that. Also, I will say this, for the level of punishment he took in this, I'd love to hear you all either in the chat or in the comment section watching these videos on demand. Do you think it was too soon to have Kevin Owens come back out there on Monday Night Raw the following night? He attacked Sami Zayn, gave him the package pile driver, which is going to obviously lead to either a match in their home country of Toronto for Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania if Randy Orton is still not ready to come back yet. I mean, I think I would have loved to see Kevin Owens be out for at least a week to actually sell it more, especially if Sami Zayn was going to lose to CM Punk anyway. You didn't have to tell that story. I can see if Kevin Owens was going to cost him the match, but he didn't. He beat him up after the match. So, yeah, but they only got so much time because it's March 1st, so they probably want to get on the ball right now with telling the story and everything. So we'll see what goes on there. But overall, yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this match.